We anchored off a beautiful cove called Anthe, and Ryan had a go at paddleboarding.
So Ryan's just blown up the paddleboard. Are you excited?
Apprehensive. There's no doubt in my mind I'm going in. Maybe I'll just stand here for a bit. I don't know, maybe it's broken like the fishing laws. Oh, good God. Oh, I'm going.
Why don't you start off kneeling?
Do you think that'd be easier?
Yeah.
And how do I get on my knee? Jet boat over there.
Oh, Ryan.
I'm not sure I can make it back if I'm totally honest.
Yay! Here he comes. A bit of action man. Still hasn't managed to stand up.
We left Anthe to go to a little marina around the corner called Pasito Blanco, so we could try and fix the autopilot.
So we're having a few problems with our autopilot. We have the Simrad AP16 model. We were going along the other day and the alarm started going off. We keep getting this alarm. In the manual it said to check the connections, so we're just going to take the cover off and just check. So we will try the setup.
Okay, so this is what it done this morning. Then we left it on for an hour and it freaked out again.
So we're still trying to sort the autopilot. Ryan's just on the phone to Simrad, try and get some advice. We're leaving here today. We've been here 2 nights now. We're heading back up to the north of Gran Canaria to Las Palmas. We're on a Mediterranean mooring, which I will show you. We're just about to leave. So with a mooring like this, you have, oh, have you taken the rope off? No. You have a rope at the back. You're supposed to have 2, but one of them was broken, so we've only got 1. And then at the front, you just tie on 1, 2. So we're getting off here today. Our way of doing it is we're going to slacken the front ropes. That'll pull us back a little bit. Then we're going to drop the back rope, let that sink so that it doesn't get caught around the prop, and then let go of these front ones and we'll be on our way. So we came down south and we left to go back up to Las Palmas Marina, which is at the north of Gran Canaria. We wanted to go there because I've got to go home for a few days to get some parcels. This is the second time we've tried to do it. We left on Friday, a couple of days ago, to go up there, and the wind got really, really bad, and the waves were not ideal, and we weren't really making any ground at all. So we turned around and came back, and then we said we left really early today, said we're definitely going to do it, Doesn't matter what it's like, we just got to beat through it and keep going. And we were doing 1 knot and we had 38 knots? 37 knots of wind, yeah. So the waves were really peaky waves, so they were just banging the boat around. So we've given up again, and we're heading back down to the south of the island to Puerto Rico, and hopefully we'll get in there for the next few days while I go home. These are the sand dunes.
So where are you going today, Faye?
I'm going home.
And why are you going home?
Because we've got to pick up the brackets for the solar panels.
You're looking forward to going home?
I'm looking forward to seeing my family, but I'm really sad to be going home.
I'm sure you'll forget about that when you get there.
No, I won't. I won't.
Which leaves me and Poppy cleaning the boat for 2 days. So, it should be good. There's Faye. Going home. Look at how clear the water is here. But can you see all the rubbish in there? Tyres and bottles, plates. That's remarkably clear.
So we've got more jobs to do today. I've been home, I picked up the brackets for the solar panels. The old owner of Chelsea, David, has made them. He owns a metalworks company. His company is DS Pickford and they are absolutely amazing. So we've got the brackets. Are we going to fit the solar panels or have a go at fitting the solar panels? So yeah, this is it. So we've got the Victron Energy Blue Power solar panels. They are 150 watt. 12 volts, they're the rigid ones. At the minute we've got the flexible ones. We went for rigid ones because they produce a little bit more power, but that is why we needed the brackets, because they won't fit on our current system. So we've just tested the solar panels with the voltmeter to see if any of them work. We found 2 work and 2 don't, so we're going to take the 2 that don't off and then replace them with the new ones, and then we should have the best amount of power. Do they fit?
Perfect. So, moment of truth. Let's go get a solar panel.
So the new brackets are on.
A little bit more of whittling. So, because of how the bimini setup is with the brackets, it doesn't work with the holes. So we asked Dave to make us some brackets so it would fit, which he's done perfectly. But that's where the solar panel hole is, and that's where we needed it. So we've just re-drilled some holes there. It will probably rust in here because we've gone through the powder coating. So we'll get these on for the meantime, and then maybe get some Sikaflex in there or something at a later date, just to stop the aluminium from rusting. But touch wood, it'll all go okay. Let's see if they'll go on.
Ryan's just tightening up the bolts, and then we'll connect them and see if they work. These are just the old ones.
And they're giving us 11 watts and 0.7 or 0.8 of an amp.
Okay.
Which is nothing. 41 watts and 3 amps.
Is that good?
No.
Why?
Well, it might be good because of the sun level. If we've got 40 watts with 4 solar panels and they're meant to be 150 watt each, I'd say they haven't reached their maximum potential yet, would you?
But we haven't changed the battery.
No, that's the reason we're changing the regulator is because when they are, like say midday when the sun's on them properly, the regulator we've got will dump any excess power because it can only fit a certain amount into the batteries, whereas the new regulator, which is somewhere
over there on that chair,
recirculates and stores it and then puts it back into the batteries so you don't lose any waste power. That's what we've been told anyway.
would that affect how many amps that we do get, or what?
Not at one point, but it will mean that we will make the full benefit.
Yeah. So if we, but right now,
well, it can only reach a certain amount. I can't remember how much that is, but when it hits that amount, the rest gets dumped.
Yeah, but I mean, if we changed it right now and then tested it again right now, it's not going to
make no difference.
No. Oh, it's a little bit of an anticlimax. We stayed in this marina for the last few days. It was a good stay, there's lots there, and it's very beautiful, but we did have quite a bad day. Unfortunately, someone passed away. We don't know what happened, but their body was found just outside the marina and brought in and put on our pontoon actually. So it wasn't very nice to see. The body was left on the pontoon for about 5 hours in the sun. Obviously they did cover it up, but we were quite shocked by this. We spoke to a few people and it turns out that it's because you have to pay to have for an ambulance or to have bodies removed, and the ambulance service won't actually take them. So that's why the body was left out for so long, and it's the funeral service that that comes. It's all to do with money. Really quite sad, and it was quite shocking. It does make us appreciate back home with the NHS. There's a lot of things wrong with England, but definitely the NHS, it makes you appreciate it and feel quite grateful, and it's something that we do take for granted. It was quite a humbling thing because it just goes to show how dangerous the sea is. This guy was fully clothed, so maybe he'd fallen in, or we don't really know what had happened. But the sea is dangerous, you have to respect it, and yeah, it kind of hit home a bit, didn't it? But really sad. Anything to add?
Obviously, feel sorry for the family and thoughts with them. We don't know them, but you know, if you're human, you're going to feel sad about seeing something like that. Someone's come away on holiday and lost their life, so not really much to say, is there?
Hi everyone, I'm back in the UK because we've had loads of things go wrong and it's all just been a bit rubbish really. First of all, the autopilot still isn't working. We think we've fixed it, but it just needs calibrating, but we literally just haven't had the time to do that yet. We've also had the engine go wrong. It just randomly didn't start, which we think is the starter motor. So that's something that I've come home to get because it's about £300 cheaper here. So hopefully we'll be able to get that fixed. It has meant that we've been stuck in the marina for the last few weeks, which has cost us a fortune, as well as flights for me to come home and get the bits and go back. So money is tight. We've replaced the solar panels, but there's something weird going on with the batteries now and it's saying the wrong power. So that's something else that we need to fix. We also had the video camera broke, which was ideal. So that's why the videos have been on hold and we're really, really sorry about that. Hopefully now I've got the camera and it's all sorted so we can get back on track with them. We did have a backup camera, which is Ryan's DSLR camera, but all the footage on that we took got corrupted for some reason. So that was a bit of a fail as well. We have set up a Facebook page now called Sail in Chelsea, so we can stay in touch if anything like this happens again. Thank you to everyone who's liked it already. We are so, so grateful for everyone's support. Please do like it, share it, and get us some more exposure. You're really helping us, so thank you. Another thing that happened is I dropped my phone in the sea, which didn't help. I've lost everyone's numbers, so please text me so I can stay in touch. But that's something else I've picked up whilst I've been here. So yeah, it's just been really stressful really. Our plan was to cross the Atlantic this year and go to the Caribbean. We left England in August and rushed down to the Canaries so that we could cross in time. But it just feels like we've had everything against us and the boat just isn't ready. We had all the problems with the prop at the beginning and that held us up. We got hit by another boat in Roscoff and that meant we were stuck for a few weeks whilst it was repaired, and we also had to spend a lot of time waiting around in marinas because we couldn't sail for quite a lot of the time actually because the weather was so bad, and I think that's because we left so late in the season. So the main problem has been time, but as well as that we've spent a massive chunk of our budget already because we just didn't foresee having so many problems. So it is a little bit of a worry if we cross because we don't want to have something major go wrong that we can't afford to fix and then be stuck in the Caribbean with no money and a broken boat. So we were reconsidering our plan, and then the nail in the coffin was that we found out Poppy wouldn't be allowed into a few of the islands in the Caribbean. I think Barbados was one and Antigua, and that's because she needs to have a blood test 6 months before to prove that she doesn't have rabies. The vets told us that she would just need a vaccination, which we got done, but we don't have the blood test, and we're not going anywhere without little Pops. So that's kind of decision made. So we're not going to cross this year, unfortunately. Too much has gone wrong and we just haven't had time to sort it all. We've rushed the whole trip so far and we've been so busy and stressed out that now we've decided to just take a step back, relieve some of that pressure and potentially cross to the Caribbean next year. We're both absolutely gutted that we're not crossing, but it has made us chill out a bit and we can spend a bit more time exploring and doing more fun stuff now. So the new plan is to stay in the Canaries for a few more weeks, then head up to Madeira, maybe do the Azores and then head into the Med for summer. Hopefully we'll be able to get back on track with the videos now. We're aiming to release one a week, hopefully on a Saturday, but things always go wrong and we can't ever stick to a plan, so who knows, we'll do our best. If you're a patron, you get them 2 days earlier. You also get our blooper videos. One's already gone up. They should be out every 2 weeks. So keep an eye out for those. Thank you so much for your support. We're so grateful and we will see you next time. Bye.